Hey, what's up, guys? So I just wanted to bring you guys a really good autoexec.cfg file for csgo. So first things first, we got to know where to put this file, where it's stored at. So we open up our file explorer here. Scroll over to wherever you have your csgo installed. By default, this will be your C drive, local disk C. So we'll click that. Then program files x86, of course. We double click that. Scroll down until you see Steam. Double click on Steam. Scroll down until you find Steam Apps. You find Steam Apps, double click that. Next, we're going to double click on Common. Then we're going to find Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Double click that as well. Inside this folder, we're going to find the csgo folder. Double click it. Then we're going to find the CFG folder. Double click that. Now, we need an autoexec.cfg file. In order to make this file, we go ahead and right click inside the folder. We click New, Text Document. Inside here, you would name it autoexec.cfg instead of .text. I already have one made, so I don't need to do that. You're also going to want to be able to see file name extensions, so that way you can tell what's a CFG and what's not. In order to see file name extensions, we're going to go to View at the top of the File Explorer. Over here, there's a checkbox that says File Name Extensions. As you can see, I already have mine checked. That's why I can see it. If I uncheck that, this is what they look like. You can't see any file name extensions, so I like to keep that clicked. Okay, so you go ahead and double click that to open it. I already have mine open. If you download my configuration file, you'll be blessed with an organization template. That way, when you scroll through it, you know exactly what commands do what and you know what they're used for. I also update it, and you'll know when I last updated it because of up here. These are the performance commands here. I use a maximum FPS of 0. I keep it completely unlocked. That will allow FPS to have a range of 0 to whatever my PC can handle. It's really good. Max FPS, CL show FPS, displays the FPS. Particles, draws particles. Down here's the sound. This will let you basically be a foundation for your CSGO career in order to be able to create your own CFG files and help others do the same thing. Down here we have brightness, volume, music volume. I keep it 0 by default. Voice enable 0 is by default. That disables voice chat. And by the way, all of these commands you can throw into the console as well. So what I like to do is voice enable 0 is default for me because I like to go into a deathmatch and I don't like to hear other people's voices while I'm playing in the warm-up. So what I do is I open up the console and I do voice enable 1 once I'm ready to hear voices. Over here's the GUI commands, your heads-up display. I scale mine down by 0.5%. Shows the loadout. Number 5 for CL HUD color, that's going to be red. And draw HUD, of course. HUD elements. Crosshair configuration. This is one of the most important parts of CSGO is having a good crosshair. Here we can see how you set the opacity, a color code, specific color indexes. The minimum is 0, as seen in the color green, which is crosshair color G. 0. Red, noted by R, 255. That's the maximum. I use a mix of red and blue. It's like a purple crosshair. It doesn't blend in with anything, and I can always see it. I keep my dot at 0. I don't like a dot. -1 on the gap because I like a tight gap. You can make it tighter if you'd like. Size, style, number 4 is classic. This is the radar commands. I like my radar zoomed out. CL radar scale, which is radar zoom control. This is the total size of the radar itself. I like it scaled up a little bit. Always centered, it rotates with me. Mouse commands, this is also very important. This is where you'll find your sensitivity. I use a 3 sensitivity, and I keep the yaw, which is the x-axis or horizontal sensitivity, as well as the pitch, which is the y-axis or vertical sensitivity, the same here. I also use raw input. This is an automatic damage display script for when you're playing deathmatch or 1v1s or casual. It doesn't usually work inside competitive matches, whether in Valve's matchmaking service or Faceit. Right here, this is a bomb drop command, and it also communicates that you dropped the bomb with one touch of a button. Here we have it binded to end. And as you can see, it switches to your knife, then to the C4 very fast, drops the C4, and then says to your team, dropping the bomb. There's also a show bomb location here. This is great for when it's in a smoke and you can't find it. Here you would press home. And this will toggle the game instructor enable. What that means is it'll give you a hint as where the bomb's at, like when you play the tutorial of the game. That way you can see it in the smoke. Here we just have some general buy-binds. I don't use them, but some people like them. I've included some anyway. This requires your keyboard to have a number pad on the right side. This will bring up your net graph every time you toggle the scoreboard, assuming your scoreboard is set to tab by default. And that way you can just click tab really quick to see how many frames you're getting, what your latency is, all that stuff. These settings here, those set it so it's right front and center underneath your scoreboard. This command's really important. This writes the autoexec straight to your config file. And then you have a debug. Every time you open the game or you execute this file, it'll tell you inside of the console. It'll say loading, a space, done. It'll welcome you back. Let's fix that real quick. It'll also tell you that your config file has been successfully executed, and it reminds you that voice enable 0 is default. That way you always remember to enable your voice again for when you get into a competitive match. So let's see what this looks like. We'll open up CSGO. Alright, so let's check the console. We have all of this gibberish here. We can ignore that. We know that the autoexec file should have been executed way before all this stuff, so we'll scroll up. And as you can see, we have loading, done, welcome back. Your configuration file has been successfully executed, and voice enable 0 is default. Boom. Open up a workshop map. So as you can see, when we press tab, the net graph comes up and then it disappears, which is really nice. It's like a USP. Intensive aim training, change the color to black, change the size to 8R. I'm going to set my volume to 0 actually for this because the bells get a little annoying. Start. And now we just do our usual warm-up. And as you can see, I'm just practicing my aim, trying to be as quick and accurate as possible, relying on a balance of both skills to ensure the greatest accuracy and performance while in-game and outside of it. If you don't shoot him fast enough, it resets. When I'm really focused, I can do 8R intensive fast aiming and get to 1,000 of those, missing about 50 shots. So, alright. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, of course, if you enjoy the content. There should be more. And thank you. Have a great day.